Hello, everybody. It's Jacki Jing. I'm with Cece, and today we are going to be doing a review on Fruits Basket, the final Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket.
Why did I brain fart on that? I'm sorry, y'all. We're filming this pretty late at night. Ooh, we got a sub! Ray sub dance.
Our YouTube friends are going to be so confused.
Yeah, everybody watching right now expecting a Fruits Basket review. We do these live and then we post them. But anyway, before we get into this review, we will do a non-spoiler one and then we will do a spoiler review. We do a bunch of trailer reactions on this YouTube page. We do reviews. We do mental health stuff as well. So please subscribe to the YouTube page. Hit that little notification bell if you'd like. And follow me on social media. I'm on all the different social media accounts. But, all right. So, final season of Fruits Basket. And we'll do non-spoilers. And how can you not love this anime? It's just...
one of my favorites.
One of her favorites of all time.
Yeah.
For me, it's up there. But y'all know I love violence. I love gore. And there is zero... except for maybe towards the end. Yeah. Barely. Come on now.
Yeah.
Not even.
No, you're right, yeah.
But I really didn't want to watch the show, but this was actually how I got Cece into anime. She wasn't as avid of a watcher as myself. Mm-hmm. And I told her, you know what, let's watch Fruits Basket. I feel like that will be kind of your jam. Lo and behold, I am the real-life version of Kyo. She's the real-life version of Toru. She's wearing a Yuki shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And... yeah, she absolutely fell in love with the story, and I did as well, not expecting I could pawn her off in this story, and then I'd be like, cool, like, check in on her, and be like, did you like it? No, what's up? And I was actually right along watching it with her, because all of these characters have incurred, like, so much trauma, deal with so much insecurity and self-hatred, self-doubt, and they all cope with it in different ways, and all have different personalities, and it's insanely good. So the first two seasons absolutely delivered for me. I thought that they were extremely compelling and really made me take a hard look at myself and, like, my trauma and my negative self-talk and a bunch of other things. But this final season really honed in on Akito, who I hate. Can't emphasize enough. She learns, well, we don't want to spoil anything, so all I'm going to say is that, like, it was really hard for me to get into in the beginning because, like, I knew that they were really trying to make her relatable and, like, explain her trauma and explain why she is the way that she is. And it was a little bit hard for me to get into because I really despised her. But just so much happens in the season that makes it worthwhile. I mean, there's romance, there's redemption, there is violence to a degree. And so it ended up being a really great wild trip and emotional to have it end. Because, you know, like, I never watched the original. You know, this is a remake.
Yeah. I actually watched some of the original.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So I didn't. But for me, it's just been an absolutely enjoyable ride. And I would definitely say, like, if you're not into, like, if you're a shonen seinen type of person like me, it ain't gonna have the action, but it will definitely tug at your heartstrings. And in ways that I've never had anime tug at my heartstrings. So, like, it's really beautiful storytelling. Your turn.
For me, it's the cutest anime I've seen. I mean, who doesn't love animals? And
they turn into animals. Yeah. That's not a spoiler. I hope that's not a freaking spoiler for anybody.
Sorry.
They turn into animals, folks.
That's not a spoiler. I feel like y'all have to have seen the original. I mean, at some point.
No, I never saw the original. Never.
No, like, not the whole thing. I didn't even see the whole thing, but, like, episodes of it.
Never.
No, never. Really? You haven't even been curious.
No, I always knew people talked about Fruits Basket, and I was like, I have no...
But did you know they turn into animals, or no? You didn't.
I didn't know that. I just knew that it was a girly...
Oh, anime.
That's not really the right way to say that anymore. That's, like, politically incorrect. I knew that it was an anime geared more towards, like, women. Yeah. Like, young women. Mm-hmm. And I had no interest in that as a young woman. I was like, I want violence and death. So that was never really my jam, but yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, for me, it had everything that I wanted, a great main character, some cute boys.
What?
I mean, that's why I watch like Bachelor and Bachelorette. I'm not gonna do any of that in real life, but I'm in it for the like
cute
the romance.
boys.
I love rom-coms.
Okay.
So yeah,
I didn't know you were a little romantic. You always told me that you're not into that.
Yeah, well, in real life because it's so complicated, I don't do real life romance.
No, not at all. It's totally not.
And just like why I don't like drama in real life, but I love it watching it in TV shows and movies because it's make-believe. Anyways, so cutest anime, but it had heart. And I loved how good Toru is as a person.
She's real life Toru.
And it just made me...
Solo Echo said she's in it for the husbandos, 100%.
And
that means the hot guys.
Oh,
that's why you watch anime.
I don't even know what...
Waifu is for the, like, your wife. Husbando is like the, I want that to be my husband. Who do you want to be your husband? You've never even told me which male character you like. Who do you have a crush on?
Well, I fall... Okay, in TV shows and movies.
No, in Fruits Basket. Who's your Fruits Basket?
Theo.
Aww.
I fall for the bad boys. In, like,
what
in the Vampire Diaries... Yeah, in the Vampire Diaries. Okay, so, it's an escape for me,
this girl likes Clark Kent,
TV shows
by the
and
way.
Movies. I also
that is
love Lex Luthor, okay?
Okay.
No, like in Vampire Diaries, I was all for Damon. I was like, Damon is going to be, he's going to have a redemption arc. Anyways, all right, back to Fruits.
You like Kyo? I definitely like Shigure. Shigure is, like, selfish, playful, flirts with everybody. And
I thought he was too grown up. Like, he was too mature.
He was the one who was, like, acting like a kid all the time. He had sex with Akito's mom, and then he ends up... Oh, shit. Spoiler.
Sorry. Oops.
Okay, let's get into spoilers now. I don't even think there's anywhere to go from that. So let's get into spoilers. Let's talk about Shigure. He is the parent, guardian of Kyo and Yuki and Toru, and he is just a playboy. He, like, even hits on Toru at some points. He sleeps with Akito's mom and ends up with Akito in the end. And
but
who knows who else he bangs.
He's like the dad.
He's not like the dad. He's like this child. Like, he's an awful... Like, I like him because he's just, like, selfish and a playboy and does whatever he wants. And, like, he's super handsome. So, like, that's obviously my type. So I was like, God damn it, I hate myself. But, yeah, I like Shigure. He was definitely my crush.
But I think at times he was more like the fatherly kind of figure to the kids.
Who could like Kyo? He's so self-hating and hard on himself. Like, I can't. Like, he annoyed me. Like, I think he and I are similar. I think I'm a lot like Kyo, and she knows this too. Like, she's like, you're definitely like Kyo. Because I'm definitely, like, very self-hating and have, like, harp on things over and over again and, like, really torture myself. But Kyo is, like, so emo.
But Kyo is someone I saw as he can do better. Right? And that he will do better. Comment? Like, I trust, I have faith in him. That's why I think I'm drawn to those characters.
You have faith in everyone. You'd have faith in Akito. I'm surprised you don't have a crush on Akito.
I like him.
Akito's a girl.
I like her.
You like Akito?
Yeah.
We had gotten into an argument about whether Akito deserved redemption. Like, I was like, everybody's her best friend now, and you're like, she's like, people can change. I was like, she pushed one of them like out of off a balcony.
Oh, she stabbed
the rooster guy.
Yeah.
No, bro.
But she felt bad about it. She regretted doing that. And
I don't know. All I know is the horse girl was like, y'all are friends with her, and I'm not down for that. And the cow guy was like, well, we still love you. And I was like, I'd be horse girl.
And if you think about it, I think I like Kyo also because he had a tough life, and so understanding where he came from, and it made him the person he is. And I think it's relatable to a lot of us who, I mean, we all go through stuff, right?
Me never.
like in our past,
I'm
we
joking.
all go through,
Obviously,
growing
I've
up, there's always
yeah.
some kind of baggage that we hold on to, and
yeah.
it changes us. It changes, it molds our personality, our view in life. And so I saw someone who's broken, and, I was like, there's hope. And, like, why do people not love him? Like, he needs those people, just like my kids, that are in those situations.
Why are you sweating? What's happening? Why are you getting so nervous talking about Keo?
No, I just, like, those, like the saying goes, those who need the most love show it in undesirable ways. That's something I really believe in. That those who need the most attention and the most love are going to be seeking it in ways that are, like, mean and cruel and, like, outbursts and tantrums and...
Oh, that's terrible. I've never been a bully, and I've had a very hard life, and I've never been mean to people. That's why I could not deal with Akito's behavior, because it was like...
Yeah.
Keo, I can understand being a little bit, like, rough with people and pushing people away, like, distancing yourself from people by having kind of a rough personality.
Yeah.
But, like, Keo never hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Akito physically and mentally harmed everyone.
Yeah.
And mind you, had a nightmare of a mother, like, nightmare of a mom, who was obviously dealing with, like, her own issues,
Yeah.
She's
got a lot of self-work to, a lot more than
baby.
Keo.
It's all about that self-work.
I think at the end, since we're going to spoilers, I think Keo really has
Oh my god, when he
and
Toru were, like, walking off in the distance, and they're, like, holding hands, and they're old people, and their, like, grandkids are there, I was just like...
Yeah.
Get out. Like, I'm done. This is so cute.
The whole scene, you missed it, because I watched it yesterday. They were kissing. Yeah, with the mom, like, talking about... Because Keo, when he was little, he met Toru's mom.
Yeah, and they were looking for Toru,
by chance,
right?
Yeah. And he felt a lot of guilt because he didn't stop her from dying.
Yeah, because he didn't want to touch her. He didn't want to turn to a cat.
Yeah. Okay, so you got it.
Yeah, I was listening.
You got the gist of it. Okay. But just that whole scene was very moving. Like, it was like kind of a monologue. It was Keo talking about the whole experience, like a flashback of just how much the mom meant to him, and how he felt the guilt, and I guess he was telling Toru that, so it wasn't really a monologue, but he was kind of recollecting the events of why he was afraid to tell Toru how he really felt, was because of all the guilt and everything that he felt.
We see this talked about a lot, like, you were never going to be able to love anyone until you get, like, shame and negative self-talk and all this stuff, like, out of your system. Yeah. And so, like, he was not able to open himself up to Toru, even though she was so relentlessly loving him.
Yeah.
Because, like, he hated himself so much. He felt so much shame. And he felt a lot of shame about his mother's death as well, correct? So he had, like, both of these, like, big burdens on him.
Yeah.
Man, we could talk about the Fruits Basket final season forever. Yeah, I'm just like,
I have a lot to say.
There's just, like, so much to touch on there. For me, like, the big points were I had a really rough time forgiving Akito. I thought Keo and Toru's development was really great. I think, like I said in the non-spoiler review part of this, that I knew they were trying to make Akito relatable, but it was just like I could not validate her bad behavior. I couldn't.
I guess it's
so I'm
easier for me to, I don't know. I look the best in people, and I just I believe that they can.
I look for the best in people too, but, like, that was rough.
Yeah.
Like, Akito caused physical and mental harm, like, to so many people. Like, I mean, I guess she apologized, and maybe people will get there eventually, but it was just, like, that was a really tough pill to swallow for me personally, so.
Well, she did stab someone. I mean.
She stabbed someone? She pushed someone off a balcony? Anyway, we're, like, starting to repeat ourselves a little bit here, so I think, like, was there any other big points? Like, that whole crew needs to do self-work. Like, there's the seahorse uncle, and he, like, doesn't talk or communicate, and he had to, like, brainwash his one true love so, like, she wouldn't remember something, and then Shigure is just, like, a hot mess of, like, just selfish, toxic behavior, biting him in the butt later, and then he acts like he doesn't care, but like deep down he does. Yeah. Yuki is like riddled with like insecurity as well. Mm-hmm. We both weren't feeling his romance at all. Like we both didn't give a...
No.
So funny, because the director Caitlin Glass like is a big Yuki fan. Like she really adores him. Yuki just never did it for me.
Yeah. No.
I felt bad for him because like I feel like Akito put a lot of pressure on him, but like I just kind of was always like, meh. Yuki's cute and nice.
Yeah.
He nice. Kind of teases Kyo too much. He knows how to get under his skin, but it was like that was like kind of my only thing. Yeah. Momoji was super cute. Momoji was kind of like the one who like put Akito in her place. Do you remember that? Like there was a scene where he was like. Yeah. It's because he stopped turning into the animal, remember, for some reason? Am I right? Or did I make that up?
Yeah, I think
so. And then, like, he told Akito, he was like, I'm leaving. Like, you don't have on me anymore. Yeah. Like, I'm out. And then she was, like, so disturbed that, like, she didn't have control over someone anymore. Like, this was the thing. Akito lost her dad, and her mom hated her. And she was forced into... she was forced to be masculine, even though she didn't want to be. Like, I mean, she was forced into... They made her pretend to be a man. Yeah. So, like, she was forced into all these roles and identities and never able to be herself. So, obviously, like, I feel for Akito. And I understand why she is, like, so... You know, she desires control. And she felt like controlling these people would be love. Yeah. And I've actually, you know, in the past have had relationships with guys. And I tried to, like... really control them, like not in a way like Akito was, but like I'd be like texting them a lot and being like, okay, well, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Never more than that, folks. Like, don't get too scared here. But I look back on my behavior now as an older woman, and I'm like, that's you can't control people. Like Cece and I say repeatedly, like what's supposed to be yours will be yours. Yeah. You know, like you can't chase anything. So, Akito was chasing all of them and just hurting all of them and putting them through terribleness. Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, I think the great thing about Fruits Basket is, like, look, it, like, garners this much conversation. Like, and I feel like we've only talked about, like, there was, like, things we could deep dive on forever. Like, how is Toru the way that Toru is? Like, how is she unconditionally kind and loving and never has a fault? Yeah. Like, Cece seems unconditionally kind and loving, and she is, but this girl has faults. There's one of them. When she gets mad, she hisses and tries to bite you. No, I'm kidding. You have no faults. You're just like Toru, actually. I'm trying to think.
No, Toru's
She
not
even
perfect.
takes out the trash, does the dishes, really good time. She's a really great roommate, so I really can't complain.
Toru has faults. I think she's...
Toru needs to put down boundaries a little more.
Yeah.
She gets beat up a lot.
Yeah.
Physically, verbally. Mm-hmm. But in the end, she got the guy, so... I'm kidding. I don't know. Anyway, that was going to be it for our little Fruits Basket review, but...
It's good. Y'all should
worth a watch for sure. And this is coming from a Seinen Shonen fan. It hits. It delivers. I will admit that it does get slow at points if you are a Seinen Shonen type of person like me, but you just, like, want to see, like, how all of this is going to end. Like, how are these people going to get through all of this? Mm-hmm. So that definitely kept me hanging on. But, again, thank you so much for watching our Fruits Basket. I keep on saying that wrong. Fruits Basket final season review. And if you don't already, please subscribe to our YouTube page, hit the little notification bell, and please follow me on social media. Bye. You can follow her on social media too, but anyway.